All right. Hello, and welcome back. I am your host, Stephanie Kawaja. I'm the founder of She's Better Than Ever Coaching. I am also a nutritionist and personal trainer, but really what I am is a health and lifestyle coach. I'm here to help you be the best version of yourself inside and out, to hit your fitness goals and actually maintain the results without hating the process or it having consuming your life. So today's topic, we are going to be going over how to actually stay consistent with exercise. And this is for you whether you want to start working out and you really haven't done it much before, or if you have worked out a lot, but you find yourself always falling off track. So maybe you work out for a couple weeks, you try a new workout program, you're super motivated, and then you end up falling off. Maybe you don't go and that snowballs into a couple weeks. And then before you know it, it's been so long, you don't even remember when you worked out last. So let's talk about it. There's going to be 5 key things that we are going to talk about today. And these are all the things that I help you with in my one-on-one coaching program. So I will talk about that a little bit more later. But for now, I really just want to give you guys the tips to make sure that you can stay consistent and you can build these sustainable habits. So the very first one is making sure that you have a goal that is outside of your physique. So while you might be going to the gym because you want to lose weight, or maybe you want to look lean and you want to see more muscle definition, all of that is totally fine and amazing. And if you have that goal and you are here to better yourself, that is awesome. However, if that is your only goal, then this is probably what is getting in the way. And I'm going to explain this. So when I started working out and I started my fitness journey, the only thing I cared about was trying to be the smallest version of myself. And that then resulted in me going to the gym just to burn calories. I didn't really follow a specific plan. And I just didn't really have a great relationship with exercise because every time I went, I just thought about my body. Okay, I need to work as hard as possible, hit workouts, cardio sessions, get my heart rate up as much as possible. And then not only did this impact my hunger levels because all I cared about was just working super hard in the gym, it made me view exercise as more of a punishment and a chore rather than something I actually enjoyed. And on the second side of things, it also made my hunger worse, my recovery worse, which then made it harder for me to stick to a diet or the foods that I was trying to eat because I was trying to go so hard and overtrain in the gym. And then this just created this really negative cycle where it was hard to maintain. And then I just would stop working out for a little while. And then when I started again, I would just go do cardio or try to do like random full body circuit hit style workouts that would burn the most amount of calories. And so this biggest shift for me that actually got me to start enjoying exercise and not seeing it as a chore was starting to focus on things in the gym that did not relate to my body. And this is where resistance training just honestly changed the game for me. So I used to think that I was resistance training when I was doing hit workouts with like 10-pound dumbbells and just like, doing full body exercises. And while those workouts are super fun and it is such a great workout, it was not helping me progress towards my body. And it also didn't help me progress in a different perspective from like weight or reps and just strength in the gym. And so when I made the shift to resistance training and actually training hard, meaning lifting heavy weights, giving myself enough time to rest and actually follow a proper plan that was customized to me, I was then able to see exercise and resistance training as something completely separate from my body. I was able to lift heavier every week, increase my reps. I was getting stronger. I just felt more empowered in my body. And this got me to keep going back because I was like, wow, I really love this. Like, what can I do next week? And what's going to happen the week after that? And when you track your results, you look at 6 months ago, how I felt so weak. Wow, I only lifted 10 pounds in this exercise. And now I'm lifting 25 pounds. Like, that is huge. And seeing those numbers increase and seeing yourself like just get stronger in the gym, and you just feel so much more empowered, and it makes it so much more exciting to go and to stay consistent than if you are just focusing on a physique goal. So that would be the very first thing. If you're not resistance training, ladies, make sure you're doing that. Cardio, hit workouts, all that is still fun, but make sure you are focusing on resistance training or just some sort of exercise that is going to help you focus on progression in a performance metric rather than a physique metric. Okay, number 2, and that one leads into this one, which is having an actual plan that's customized for you. For the longest time, I would just save workouts on Instagram. I had this folder of like core workouts that snatched your waist, workouts to grow my glutes, just any routine that I saw from influencers that I would just try really randomly. And because I did this randomly, it didn't allow me to actually progress. I wasn't tracking things, and then I wasn't consistent in that way. And it also didn't motivate me because I was like, is this really going to work for my body? Is this really what's going to be best for me? And then you do it 2-3 weeks and you're like, oh, this isn't for me. I'm going to try something else. And you kind of just like, hop and skip to different things. Where if you actually had a custom plan for you that was based on your body goals, that was based on your weight, on your mobility, on your skill level, then you are going to stay so much more motivated because it's actually for you. This is actually something that I do in my one-on-one coaching program, among so many other things. As I am a holistic coach, it's not just about exercise, but I do create custom plans for my clients based on where they're at, their skill level, their confidence in the gym, the equipment that they have, and the goals that they have as well as how much time they have to work out and how many days a week they want to work out. So if you want some help with this and you feel like you need more one-on-one support, just make sure to book a call with me in my free discovery call that I will link below. But yeah, definitely have a actual plan that's customized to you. Number 3, this was a big one for me. So the all or nothing mindset and perfectionist way of thinking. So raise your hand if you used to get this get in the way, or still do. Out of the 70 plus women that I have coached in the last year and a half, the all or nothing mindset and perfectionist thinking has shown up in every single one of their journeys, no matter what. And this can look like you only having half an hour to work out, and your workouts usually take an hour, so you just don't work out at all. And then this snowballing into you not working out for 2 days, and then you procrastinate it, push it 3 days, 4 days. Before you know it, weeks have gone by before you have even done anything. So something that we need to remember is if you don't do it, not doing something, like something's always better than not doing anything at all. Even if you only have half an hour and your workouts take an hour normally, then cut it in half. Do 2 sets instead of 3 for every exercise. Turn it into a full body circuit. It's still just doing it, not because you need to work out for an hour to burn a certain amount of calories, but just doing it even when you don't have the time and it doesn't look perfect is just going to help you build that habit. So something I want you to tell yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. Just stop procrastinating. Anytime you have this doubt or you have that like just little inkling of, oh, I can do this later. Oh, I can do this later. And you actually have the time right now to do it. Just say, do it now. And this goes into just reminding yourself of like why you're doing it, of remembering that it isn't just about one workout. It's not just about one workout where you burn 300 calories. It's about what showing up for that workout actually does for you, for your confidence. The fact that you told yourself you were going to do it. So by you showing up, you are building respect for yourself. You are sticking to your word. You're having integrity for what you said you were going to do, and that is going to build confidence. That's going to build the discipline and, delayed gratification and patience. And you're going to be able to take these skills and this mindset, this mental toughness in all areas of your life. It's not just going to show up in your fitness journey. It'll show up in your career. It's going to show up in your relationships with your friends and your partner. And it's just going to truly form this better self-perception of yourself because you are showing up for the things that you said. And that is really what fitness will teach you. It's not just about you getting the body that you want. It's about how you are actually just being the best version of yourself. And so the next time you tell yourself, oh, I can't do this because I don't have enough time, or, oh, I can't do this because I didn't do it yesterday and I already missed one day this week, just tell yourself that this is for your future self. Okay, number 4, and this kind of ties into what I just talked about, but it's getting out of the excuses, you guys. Okay, we are all culprits of using excuses sometimes. And the biggest excuse, I still use it from time to time, but I'm way better at catching myself and getting out of it, is that we don't have time. And especially, I have clients who are moms. Some of them are single moms. They work full time. And of course, like I don't know what it's like to have kids and work. And I totally understand that. And I'm not saying can't even begin to imagine the amount of time and effort you have to put into, let alone yourself, but also taking care of, someone else and your family. And so when I tell my clients that, hey, like, I don't know what it is like to be in your shoes. However, we just need to actually look at, like, do you not have enough time, or do we just not know if there's a blind spot there that you're not seeing? And so something that I get them to do, and an exercise that I really, if you're listening to this, take out a pen and paper, actually write this down because it's going to help you. So we actually get them to go and break down where they're spending their time every week. So there are 168 hours in a week. If we take a full-time job, like normal full-time job is 40 hours out of it. If we take 8 hours of sleep out of it, that's 56 hours. You still have almost 70 hours, or actually 72 hours left, if I'm doing my math right. 72 hours left, okay, of your week that you could be using wisely. Now, there are going to be appointments, there's going to be time with family, there's going to be, commute time to work. So I want you to actually go and put the things that consistently happen every single week that you currently do. I want you to also include TV time, social media time, what you're actually doing. Maybe just time in bed when you wake up on a Saturday and you're spending 2 hours in bed. Just actually, what do you do in terms of how you spend your time right now? And go ahead and look at, where am I really spending time that I shouldn't be? And it's not to say that you shouldn't relax. Obviously we need to plan for relaxation and plan for this downtime. But I had a client do this that said she didn't have time. She got a new puppy. She works more than 40 hours a week. She constantly felt like she didn't have time. And what we found was that she was spending 40 hours a week with watching TV and being on social media. 40 hours a week. That's the same amount of time that she was spending working. Okay. So it's okay that this is like, if you feel like you don't have time and you just feel overwhelmed and you're just in the position where you almost feel crippled, like, I don't know what to do. It's just likely that there is a blind spot here that you need to work through and just have a new perspective. So going and doing this exercise is going to help you so much. And then what I want you to do, once you've written out everything and you see where you're spending your time, you can then go and rewrite the exercise of what is actually realistic. So for example, my client that was watching 40 hours a week worth of social media, we just said, what if we cut that in half? Okay. What can you do with the extra 20 hours of time? Well, like 5 to 10 hours of extra relaxation or spending time with friends. And that still leaves you 10 hours on a normal week to go to the gym and work out. And so this is going to be so helpful. Okay. And very lastly, especially if you're someone that doesn't work out consistently right now and you need to build the habit, we need to look at the 4 laws of behavior change. So there's a few. I'm not going to go through all of them, but we need to make it easy. We need to make it satisfying. We need to make it attractive. And I forget the last one. It's easy, satisfying, attractive. And anyway, the last one's kind of going on in my head. It'll probably come to me. So when we're thinking of working out, we need to look at, first of all, don't just try and copy what you see online. Don't just try and go working out from 0 days to 5 days a week at 6 a.m. when you normally don't do any and you're waking up at 8 and then going straight to work. So that's a huge shift. And it's something that you might be able to sustain for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but something's going to come up. You're going to fall off and then it's going to be hard to get back on. And so remember, it is a journey. Obviously, you're never falling off track. You actually, even if something doesn't look perfect, you're still consistent. And that's why we talked about the all or nothing mindset. But when you are starting a new routine, make it easy for yourself and reduce the friction. So don't just start waking up 2 hours earlier and going and doing intense exercise 5 days a week. Maybe if you don't get up early right now and you go straight to work, start by waking up an extra 15 minutes early and doing a walk around the block. Do that consistently. Then you can shortly turn that into a run. Then you can shortly turn that into 20 minutes and doing a 20-minute workout from home. And then you can start building this up. Going from 0 to 100 right away is just going to be super, super tough and challenging, especially if you are already finding it hard to be consistent. And then we can do things like to make it easy by using micro habits. So putting your workout clothes out the night before, packing your gym bag and bringing it in the car with you on the way to work, getting changed in the gym, in the work bathroom when you're coming home so that you don't go straight home, you go straight to the gym. All of these little things that are just going to make it easier for you, that are going to reduce that decision fatigue that often stands in the way of us actually doing something. So I am going to recap these 4. So number 1, what we talked about is having a gym goal that is outside of your physique. So making sure that it's performance based, not just physique based. Number 2, having an actual plan that's custom for you. Number 3, getting out of the all or nothing mindset. If you only have 40% to give and you give 40%, you are giving your 100. Number 4, stop making the excuses. No more excuses of I don't have enough time. Go do that time exercise and dissect where you're spending your time right now. And you're going to see that you actually will have time if you want to make the time for it. And finally, using the laws of behavior change. So not just following someone else's plan, actually creating a plan that fits your lifestyle, not making your life fit the plan, and then working from there. And if you need help putting any of this into action, I do have a link for a free consultation call with me below. This is exactly what I teach in my one-on-one coaching, and I really help women in a multitude of ways as a holistic coach. We don't just look at exercise. We look at sleep, stress management, relationship with food, consistent habit building, and overall helping you look and feel at your best, whether that be hitting a physique goal, losing weight, or just wanting to finally have a sustainable and healthy lifestyle. You name it, we talk about it. And so I'm so excited to meet you if that's something that you feel you need and want the extra support on. If not, please make sure you subscribe and like this video, or leave us a review on the podcast if this was helpful for you, so that we can just reach as many people as possible and help them on becoming the best versions of themselves inside and out. So thank you so much for being here today and watching. I can't wait to see you in the next episode.